शैलेशदयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्. Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha, Srimat.Varavaramune Namaha, Sri Baladanvi Gurave Namaha. By the immense anugraham of Emperuman, Pirati, Arvars and our Purvacharyars, we are beautifully journeying through this phase of Shri Shabdham, which is everyday encounters with Emperuman. Recalling our previous Shri Shabdham episode's exploration of Emperuman and water, we have opened the door to perceiving water as a pathway to connect with the divine. Water's innate ability to blend with the ordinary beautifully reflects Emperuman's Kalyana Gunam, Neermai, that is simplicity. Remember, we were also left with a question. Where does water come from? Scientifically, one of the vital sources for drinking water is the rain cloud, which serves as a reservoir. So, here we are today, poised to step into a refreshing rain shower of insights. Brace yourself for the enchanting parallels between Emperuman and rain clouds, eloquently given by Sri.U.Ve Prathivadi Bayangaram Annagarachariyar, one of our greatest Purvacharyars. Are you all ready? If so, let's dive into our first comparison between Emperuman and rain clouds. Just like these rain clouds freely move and release rain wherever they go, Emperuman also, governed by his divine will, journeys in and between Vibhutis, that is Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti, showering his grace and blessings. Swamy Nammalvar vividly captures this phenomenon. He says, Vandaruliyen nெஞ்சிடம் கொண்ட வானவர் கொழுந்தே உலகு கோர் முந்தை தாய் தந்தையே முழு ஏழுலகும் உண்டாய் Vandaruliyen. Beautiful words. Vanda in Tamil means come, Aruli means bless, Yen means me. So here he says, Vanda, that is, Emperuman arrives driven by his own grace, Aruli is he showers his blessing. So Nammalvar expresses, firstly, his arrival was filled with mercy even though I did not seek it. He descended all the way from Nitya Vibhuti just for my sake. What karuna or compassion he has. What's even more captivating is that Emperuman is the ultimate target of experience for Arvar. All his life, Arvar has been wanting to go to Paramapadam and experience and serve Emperuman and Pirati, right? Let's take an analogy to understand this better. So in this analogy, the target is to experience Disney World and have a fun family vacation. Achieving this goal involves several steps, isn't it? Including planning your trip, booking tickets and accommodations, and finally embarking on that long, tedious journey to make the Disney World experience a reality. But what if, on the other hand, the Disney World itself arrives at your doorstep? How unique, exciting, and cool that experience would be. So if we apply the same example in Arvar's case, with Emperuman being the target of experience for Arvar, either Arvar should be journeying towards Emperuman, or they should have come to an agreement where they should have at least met halfway, traveling equal distance. However, what happened was the exact opposite. It's like the Disney World at your doorstep. Emperuman himself descends to Arvar's realm, the Leela Vibhuti, like a rain cloud which moves freely and showers his Daya blessings like a rain. This melts Arvar's heart. Ours too, isn't it? So this example was where Emperuman came from Nitya Vibhuti to Leela Vibhuti. But even within the Leela Vibhuti, let's take an example. So when he took the form of Sri Rama, did he not tirelessly traverse the expanse of Bharatadesham, showering his grace on all the rishis, vanaras and many such souls? Kulasekara Perumal beautifully captures this. He says, சுற்றம் எல்லாம் பின்தொடர தொல்கானம் அடைந்தவனே அற்றவர்கட்கருமருந்தே அயோத்தி நகர் கதிபதியே. He says, சுற்றமெல்லாம் பின்தொடர. Lakshmana is the sutram, all his relatives with him. Did you not go to the forest on your own? Did you not go to the Dandakaranyam and graze all the rishis? One thing to note here is, unlike humans who are physically present but mentally absent, Sri Rama, as he himself says, Avasam tu ahamichami, was whole and complete while he bestowed his grace like a nimbus. Now does it make sense to call him the one who is as dark as a cloud? காளமேகம் கொண்டல்வண்ணன் மேகவண்ணன் முகில்வண்ணன் மேகமான மேனி உருவம் போல் மெய்கருத்து கரிய கோலம் and many such names have been showered by Alvars just because of the daya that Emperuman brings. These names go beyond his dark complexion resembling a nimbus cloud and highlights his ability to shower grace like a rain. So now we did our first comparison where we know Emperuman, like the rain cloud, moves freely and also graces. But what triggers this gracious outpouring? So think of it like rain accompanying lightning. As we have seen time and again, when Pirati is with Emperuman, her presence becomes a catalyst for evoking his kindness and compassion. This leads to the overflow of compassion onto those who did not even deserve it due to their ill actions. Pirati is like shining lightning on Emperuman's dark cloud-like form. A great example from Swamy Pillai will illustrate this. He says, இவள் சந்நிதியிலே காகம் தலை பெற்றது, அது இல்லாமையாலே ராவணன் முடிந்தான். As we know the famous story of Kakasuran and Ravana. This Kakasura was spared due to Sita Pirati's presence, while Ravana met his fate due to her absence beside Sri Rama. This shows how Pirati evokes his kindness. But at this juncture, we might have one pondering question. As we have seen time and again, as stated in Agalagillen, is not Pirati always with the Emperuman? Then why was Ravana killed? What is there to justify this? The truth be told, Sri Rama gave Ravana numerous chances to rectify his errors and was willing to even accept Ravana as a friend. Sri Rama did not consider him as enemy, but it was Ravana who considered Sri Rama as an enemy and chose not to accept his grace. Since Ravana was incorrigible, considering the longer good for the soul of Ravana, Sri Rama had to annihilate his body. So, though it might seem destructive at first sight, viewing from the lens of Atma Ujjivanam, that is, higher good for the Atma, Ravana's soul was indeed graced by Sri Rama. But maybe if Sita Pirati was physically present, Sri Rama would have spared Ravana's body too. Who knows? So with this, we conclude our second comparison between Emperuman and rain cloud. That is, as long as there is lightning, it will rain. Similarly, as long as Emperuman is with Pirati, he will shower grace. Like Ravana, we Jivatmas also cause so much pain to Emperuman at times. However, there was a very particular instance when Emperuman himself felt remorse and guilt of hurting somebody. His remorse and guilt was akin to a cloud feeling sorry for not having rained. When was that and why was that? Let's explore that in our next episode. Now, let's enjoy one of the most beautiful pasurams of Thiruppan Alvar calling Emperuman as a dark laden cloud. Dhanyasmi Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha.
கொண்டல் வண்ணனை கோவலனாய் வெண்மையுண்ட வாயன் என் உள்ளம் கவர்ந்தானை அண்ட கோணனியரங்கன் என் அமோதினை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாகவே